Thank you so much for tuning in and welcome to your very own Try It Before You Buy channel with your host Karamullah Kadwani. This is the second video of the day, and as I mentioned in my previous quick overview, I am stoked. I am stoked. I can't thank you guys enough. The level of energy that I had today, even when I woke up, was electrifying. It was electrifying. I can't thank you enough. Please keep watching my videos, share, like and subscribe to my channel and spread the word around. We need to get this channel to 1,000 subscribers, and once we do that, I will be doing a house overview, maybe Roja, maybe Amwaj. These are the two houses I have maximum fragrances from, and so we shall discuss this once I reach 1,000 subscribers. Today is going to be all about the United Arab Emirates from the Gulf collection from the house of Roja Parfums. This is an in-depth review. If you want to watch an early impression quick overview, please watch my video from earlier today. Before we get into the review, I'd like to get something off my chest. There's a lot of debate with a lot of people bashing Roja fragrances, yet owning quite a few themselves. For me, when a brand says they're using oud, I take it on face value, and I do not want to question the perfumers. These are the perfumes that I love. I love to share with you guys. I love to advocate. You give a try in your lifetime if you can. If you can't afford them, if you can afford them, please do try them, and let me know if my reviews help you in any ways making a decision. Having said that, I wanted to get this thing off my chest. I myself, being born in the United Arab Emirates and being brought up here, have fascination with oud, with all things Middle Eastern. Frankincense, we call it Loban here in the local market. I do have a host of Bortnikovs, as you can see on the table lying around. I'm not sure if you can see these. All Bortnikovs. I do have Ariz Ladores, one of my favorite of which is Civet de Nuit. Let me just quickly read the profile to you. This was created by Russian Sultan and Adam Pasha. Top notes are heliotrope accord and aldehydes. Hot notes of antiquated civic tincture that is about 40 years old, night blooming jasmine and ylang ylang. Base notes are oak moss, benzoin, olibanum, tobacco, white ambergris, castoreum, sandalwood, Mysore, styrax, labdanum and musk accord. This is a fragrance from 2021, and I acquired it in 2021 as soon as it launched as the color of the juice. And this, if you ask me, is not the very pissy animalic types, because I think the aged civet kind of loses its pissy like nuances. I'm not sure if you can see the label, but I'm trying to do my best to show you what I have here. You do have full bottles from Botnikov. You have Atars from Abd Samad al-Qureshi. You have Atars from the house of Botnikov. These are all Botnikov fragrances. And if a brand says they're using oud, I take it on face value, and I believe Roja when he says he uses oud in his oud fragrances. So this one starts dirty, as I mentioned in my overview. Earthy, green-like rose oud. That's the best way I can summarize this fragrance. Elegant but dirty, right up top. Cypriol is a note I love. I have discussed this perhaps in an early video, but we shall go over it again. Another Cypriol gem is Silver Oud by Cecil Zarokian by the house of Amwaj in their Opus library collection. So let me tell you a little about Cypriol. Cypriol, also known as Nagamotha, as I've mentioned earlier, or Cyperus scariosus. I'm sorry for my French. I don't know if it's French, but either way, my pronunciation on that was really bad. I probably butchered it. I'm not sure what it means. Is a herbaceous plant with a striking resemblance to papyrus. It has been used in perfumery since ancient times, predominantly found in India. Cypriol has traditionally been utilized for scenting women's clothing, such as traditional saris, Interestingly, it has even been used as a love charm when combined with other ingredients. The essential oil is extracted from cypriol roots, gives off a deep, bewitching scent, often described as woody, earthy, and smoky. In perfumery, cypriol is often used as a base note to add depth and warmth to fragrances. Since I love that, this was love at first sniff. Green, old school, masculine bergamot with artemesia, but you get into the floral heart rather quickly. It doesn't really take, the opening kind of fades away rather quickly, as with a few of the perfumes I've discussed on this channel in the recent times. Our opening is very short-lived. The floral heart really takes hold until 3 hours in, but you get this Middle Eastern vegetal vibe, if that makes sense. Don't know where I get that from. I've mentioned this in the quick overview, and the petrol gasoline like vibe right in the opening will remind you of vintage Fahrenheit from the house of Dior. Also, I'd like to mention Portrayal Man by the house of Amwaj as one of the best modern niche gasoline like petrol opening, but not the same. May not be gasoline like to some noses for those who are anosmic to the animalic nuances or facets of perfume, but the mid, which is basically your jasmine from grass, cistus, labdanum, clove, ylang ylang, may rose, and geranium, may throw some people off. It has a note of Taif rose, and to reaffirm the same, a reference fragrance I'd like to bring to your attention to smell what actual Taif rose can smell of is the authentic, rather pricey Taif rose attars from some brands, example Abdul Samad Al Qureshi, or Taif rose extract from the house of Paris Monte Carlo, that's Parfums, which has a lemony tang to the rose, much like the center of the actual Taif rose flower, which is has a yellow hue. So these are the attars I was referring to from Abdul Samad Al Qureshi. I'm not so sure if you can see this, it's rather dark. That's one of the attars I have from Abdul Samad Al Qureshi. The other one is Musk Tonkin, which I might bring to you in sometime soon, inshallah. Well, these are dropping in. Either which ways, here you get a lemony kind of an opening, more green, and the lemony bits probably with the bergamot, the green-like masculine nuances coming with the artemesia, further accentuated by the use of geranium. You can picturize a baller rolling in his Lamborghini or Rolls Royce wearing this. Absolutely stunning, posh, rich AF. I wouldn't want to use the F word, but rich AF, boss-like vibes. I love the flex, and that is the reason you turn to the house of Roja Parfums. The most prominent note in the heart is that of Taif rose, paired with geranium, which extends the green-like, spicy, peppery, rose-like facets in this composition, blended with other types of roses. By the way, Taif rose is extremely expensive and is only found in a part of Saudi Arabia, which I shall get into details right now. Let's talk a little about Taif rose and the details here. Taif is a small village located in Hejaz highlands at 1800 meters in the southwest of Saudi Arabia. Taif rose has been growing here for centuries, and thanks to local know-how and ancestral traditions, an essential oil is produced, which attract numerous and wealthy tourists every year coming from all over the Gulf region. Thanks to its remarkable location, Taif, which is one of the most ancient cities in the world, lure many tourists every year from all over Saudi Arabia and even neighboring countries. They come to enjoy its mild climate, especially in summers, its mountainous green landscapes, and above all, they come for the local speciality, the essential oil extracted from Taif rose. Just to give you an example, it takes between 10,000 to 15,000 flower heads to produce only a vial of the essential oil. Nearly 2,000 farms grow millions of roses only from one species called 30-petaled damask rose, and brought to the region by the Ottoman occupiers 3 centuries ago. These bright and light pink flowers have a yellow heart which spreads an intense and persistent perfume. They turn every year Taif into pink flowering carpet and flood the air with their delicate fragrance. A very precious oil. Taif roses are mainly cultivated to extract essential oil, also called attar, and rose water. The distilling methods have remained the same since centuries. Following the old traditions, flowers are harvested in March and April and boiled in liters of water during 11 to 14 hours. This is how the extract is formed. Small drops on the top of water in giant tanks which are hermetically closed. Taif area doesn't produce massively in comparison compared to its competitors such as Turkey, Bulgaria or Iran. However, the oil is renowned for the quality of its roses and the effectiveness of its traditional methods. Because it takes no less than 25,000 roses to extract only few centiliters of the delicate essence, it is very expensive. At the end of the process, the extract remains pure and it doesn't undergo any transformation, any other transformation, nor chemical addition. It is then sold for nearly 450 euros each small bottle. Most of the clients are actually wealthy Saudis or tourists from the Gulf countries who pass by the village, located 65 kilometers only from Mecca. In Saudi Arabia, Souk Okaz honors traditions of the Arab world, turns Saudi heritage into tourist attraction. Saudi authorities as well as local producers dream of attracting more foreigners. In order to do so, they offer many activities to enhance this cultural heritage and make this local know-how a tourist attraction. The distilleries also offer tours, and the city of Taif welcome each year in April the Taif Rose Festival. Taif Rose gives it this tart rose-like facets. Cypriol and Artemesia giving it the earthy, dirty, green-like characteristics, which makes this smell even more expensive. An example I'd like to give where I keep repeating myself is geranium may extend the life and accentuate the aroma of rose itself. It also brings in these green peppery-like spicy nuances. Geranium can also be used in place of rose in compositions. One such example is the house of Frag-rant. The perfumer is, the nose behind the fragrance is Jean-Claude Elena, and the name of the composition, the fragrance, is Rose and Cure, in which he uses geranium, and there is no note accord, rose accord mentioned in the note listings, but it does smell like an authentic rose leather fragrance. The most beautiful part of this fragrance is that it has a lot of moving parts, as mentioned more so with the house of Amwaj and Roja in my previous reviews, and multiple transitions throughout the life of the fragrance keep seamlessly transitioning for the first 5 hours, believe it or not, keeping the interest and the wearer engaged throughout the entire life of the fragrance. So it opens with a sour rose geranium, lemony bergamot and green artemisia opening, immediately transitions and hits you with a green, dirty, earthy cypriol note, and then it moves again to that of the floral heart, one of the major tales of a Roja composition, which he commonly uses in all his creation. He doesn't play with his compositions. It's unique to him and classically embedded in his DNA. The Roja signature that will lead all roads back to him. One can tell blindfoldedly that it is a Roja creation. Roja has a great understanding of sticking to the classic composition with slight twists and modifiers for all his compositions. So it's every nose to themselves, and if someone says he can't smell rose, I believe him, because it's every nose to themselves. So that second transformation is that floral heart. And if you're a man, don't worry, as most of the classic French perfumery's finest florals are counteracted with some of the more masculine defining facets which we are going to mention right now. This is the Dom Perignon of niche, if you may. The third transition is where you're going to fall in love with this fragrance, which I was kind of trying to bring in before. So it has undertones of the Gaiac wood and cypriol, and the cypriol really intensifies in the first or say once the fragrance reaches its first 2 to 3 hours. The cypriol note really intensifies. If you like cypriol heavy fragrances like Frederic Malle, The Promise, which is a big fragrance, cinnamon, cypriol bomb, one of my favorites from Frederic Malle's the Desert Gem collection. Another one we mentioned earlier was, I think, Silver Oud by the house of Amouage. This one has frankincense, but it still does not get as smoky. Cypriol and oud combo is just so rounded and smooth. It's like it's so posh, nothing pounds you or rubs you the wrong way, as with all other compositions from the house of Roja. So cypriol, patchouli adding to the cypriol, the earthiness that cypriol brings, having an earthy facet, very complex and foreign, smelling like could come off, really harsh to some, but not here. And that amplifies the oud Roja uses. Artemesia adding to the green nuances and the earthy facets, everything double up upon, just like Fortnum and Mason the Parfum. There is a touch of animalic, like I said in the quick overview. I wish the animalics were amped up, but here it's done to perfection. Diaghilev is just that and so much more, where the animalics are really turned up, I think. Of lately, Roja may not be doing these experimental, I wouldn't say experimental, but has not really been doing these challenging kind of ways, fragrances. He's more into Isol Asol and Elysium Pour and maybe intense versions of his existing line. Let's hope that he gets back to his form and creates more perfumes like Perfumes de la Nuit 1, where the animalics are turned up, amped up. Diaghilev must have in every man's collection. This is a full bottle worthy perfume, and that is why you see a full bottle at full retail on my channel. We shall discuss, inshallah, Sultanate of Oman and Qatar in my upcoming reviews, so stay tuned. Please do like, share and subscribe to my channel, as the channel and I are in the very infant stages, trying to bring to you my overviews, price points and alternatives where possible. 80% of my viewers are still not subscribed. Please do share your experiences and don't forget to comment on this video. Feel free to ask me any questions and I'll try to answer them to the best of my capability. Until the next time, your host Karamullah Kadwani signing out. Adios.